Okay, now welcome back to the Morning Bell. My name is Joanne, together with Raj Arya. As you can see, I'm a bit more like a lecturer, and Raj, student, huh?
Student.
Today I let you play young.
Student. Okay.
Today
I'm always young, okay?
Okay.
Inside.
Now joining us this morning, we have Mr. Cpaital Divakara, which is the CEO of FTMS College and the chairman of Essence 2013, and of course Mr. Trevor Ward, the University Program Manager from FTMS College. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
I'm feeling a bit paranoid now. Reminds me of college days. It reminds me of to see the principal.
Getting sent to the principal's office again, right? So before we start talking about FTMS as well as the upcoming conference, can you just share with us a little bit about your background? Trevor, perhaps you could start first.
Okay, well, as you can see, I'm not Malaysian.
Oh, you're not? Oh,
no, there's a surprise. I'm English, and how did I end up in Malaysia? I was working for an English university, and we started to have a collaboration with FTMS, and I was offered 12 months in the sun 17 years ago, and I'm still here. So
that's a very long 12 months.
It is, yeah, and the sun's still shining.
Excellent.
So background, 20 years in education. Prior to that, I worked for different computing organisations, software houses, programming consultants, things like that. And so I was able to bring my industrial experience, my business experience, into the education world, and hopefully make the lectures that I gave a little bit more interesting for the students, because they were based on real-life situations.
Right. So from the private sector to academia.
That's right.
It's about just not merely about theory, it's about practical, real-world, real-life experience and applications.
I mean, what happens in an organisation is that they have requirements for supporting applications, and unless you've got the experience of knowing how to deal with that from a practical perspective, you can't really explain to the students why they should undertake certain activities in developing solutions to the problems.
Right. Well said.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
Joanne?
I passed very well, because going to school is different from the society world. What we study from the books, isn't it? They don't.
That's absolutely true.
Theory is only just one part of it. Cpaital, can you just tell us a bit about your background?
Yeah, I came here in 2000. Now I'm from India. With FTMS 14 years. I came as a lecturer, then progressed to head of school, and after that academic head, then general manager. Now I am the CEO of the company. Basically, I'm running both campuses in Malaysia. One is in Hang Kasturi, another one is in Technology Park, Malaysia. My background, basically academic background. I recently completed my PhD in linguistic computing. I'm just waiting for my open defense. It happened in June with my parent university from Kerala University, India. Then my topic, teaching subjects, basically focusing for web designing and graphic modules.
Oh, more on the IT side.
Yeah, IT side. So before that, I worked for a software company for developing some websites for that particular company.
You also have your experience, that is why you move into the
same thing, private sector
yes,
to
right.
academia as well.
Yeah.
Okay, something very interesting. How do you find the difference between private, of course, out there, and in the world of academia, for example, Trevor?
Okay, my first observation when I came to Malaysia was that I'd been working in a university where the whole objective of the education programs we ran was to give the students an education. And if you happened to make some money out of that, then that was the bonus. When I came to Malaysia into private education, different. The situation was turned. You make the money, and then if you happen to educate anybody,
it's a bonus.
It's a bonus.
Right, interesting.
So there is that, if you like, conflict. And what we try to do at FTMS is to make sure that, because of our links with the UK universities, we give the education first.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, to make sure the students have the knowledge and the qualifications to ensure they have a good career in future.
It's just not about earning the money as well, because college, when I go to, it's just that you want to study, you want to listen, your problem. I'm here to teach Whether you want to graduate or not, that's up to you.
Right,
That's
right.
how,
I guess there's a moral obligation as well, not just merely about profit maximization, making the money, but in terms of churning out quality students who have the ability to actually be successful in the real world.
Yeah, there is a difference compared to other businesses. You see, education is different things because we are creating or generating a new generation. You see,
Right.
so end of the day, that graduate should be able to come with the new things, you see, other than just completed the certificate, go to the business world, they can't do anything, then no point.
It's a bit, it's a bit pointless if you have the paper qualification, but you don't have
what can you do?
the actual acumen to succeed as well.
That is a challenging part recently we're facing in the market, you see. So
well said.
they got a certificate, but they're not able to deliver.
Right. Okay, now with regards to the world of academia here, specifically in Malaysia, compared to the West, in the UK, and perhaps India. Now, one thing is we feel that R&D, which is a big thing, you know, overseas in the top Ivy League universities, you hear tremendous, we talk about millions of dollars going into research and development, you know, into studies and all that to come out with new things. But what's the trend like in Malaysia, given the fact that you've been here for so long as well?
Okay, if I can just make reference to the UK universities, they have to submit research proposals from which they will get funding to help them deliver the programs and undertake the research. In Malaysia, certainly on the private side, it's very different. It really, really is very, very different in that you have to try and initiate a link with an organisation, a business or an industry, and very often they're not interested in that because their concern is producing and making profit and serving their customer base, not providing a college or an educational institution with aspects from which they can undertake research projects. And you know, maybe they're losing out because if they did join in with the private colleges, I'm sure that they would gain benefit as well in being able to provide extra services, extra products, and a better service to their customer base.
Right, right.
Do you see a trend that the students back here in Malaysia, it's when they enroll themselves into a college, is their own will or is it parents kind of, you should study this, you should...
I'll give you a little example. We attend many exhibitions, and at one exhibition, a parent came to me and said, oh, my son wants to do computing. So I said, well, where is your son? He's over there. So I go and talk to the boy and I say, oh, your father tells me you're interested. I can't stand computing. But he's decided I'm going to be a programmer. There are other examples, especially in the case of being a doctor or a lawyer or something which has a certain profile and respect within the society. Parents seem still to demand that that's what their children should do. And not leave it to the child to decide this is what interests me and this is what I could be a success at.
Right, right, right. So Jilla, just want to ask you with regards to your thoughts, like we were talking about research and development and all that. I guess maybe some of these companies, they don't hold a long-term view perhaps. Maybe they would like to see a quick payoff that on whatever they invest in, whatever the returns. Could another area be with regards to maybe intellectual property rights, you know, your copyrights, your patents and all that? Is there another issue which needs to be strengthened a greater part in this part of the world?
Definitely, definitely, because Malaysia is basically, they are putting so much, especially from the government side, they are promoting so much for the research recently, especially go through in the public universities, you see. Then we have to look at how many patent Malaysia got it. That is an important thing we have to look at. Of course, our public university, they are doing a lot of research. So we have to compare the major UK universities or American universities. So the research basically will assess based on the patent also, you see. We're looking at overall the country-wise. So how much patent we have. So what our objective is, especially from FTMS side, we want to focus and build a 100% full-fledged research and development center, investigating the latest trend and technologies in IT, accounting and business.
All right, fantastic. Okay, that's a very, very good point. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break right now. But when we come back, we're going to talk more about FTMS. We're going to talk more about what Sajila has just mentioned with regards to providing that platform to bringing all these parties together in terms of creating a stronger foundation in terms of R&D and linking up all the various stakeholders with regards to that. Okay, now don't go away. We'll be back right after this short commercial break.
FTMS was established in 1986. We now have over 25 years experience in delivering the very best in education and professional training worldwide.
We now have 17 campuses in 14 different countries, including our Technology Park Malaysia Bukit Jalil campus.
Our program includes undergraduate and postgraduate levels of education in software engineering, business information systems, accounting and finance, marketing, human resource management, business administration, international management, and others.
We travel students with grants and loans.
Our lecturers are friendly, committed, and very helpful. I am very happy in this campus.
Pensyarah sangat membantu saya dalam bidang pelajaran yang saya ambil. Ditambah pula dengan suasana hijau di sekitar kampus yang mengekalkan alam semula jadinya memberikan.
That's right, you just saw a fantastic video of the new campus in Bukit Jalil, which I believe just opened earlier this year. Am I correct?
Yeah, correct.
I'm going to enroll myself there already.
And study what?
I'm going to study the degree of computer system and engineering.
Right, okay. Yes. Good luck.
You're most welcome.
All right, before we talk more with regards to the new campus which is just opened in Bukit Jalil, can you just share with us a bit more about the backgrounds of FTMS Global and then FTMS College in particular?
Yeah.
Okay, can I do it the other way around and talk about
No
FTMS
problem.
College? Yeah? Okay. FTMS College has actually been in existence in Malaysia since 1986. So last year we had a big celebration, 25 years in existence. We started off delivering the professional accounting programs, ACCA and CIMA. In '94 we took over another training company, ICL Training Malaysia Sudran Bahad, and we incorporated there some academic diploma programs. Sure. They were in the computing. From that we've now gone into collaborations with 2 UK universities, East London for computing and Anglia Ruskin for business. Right. And now we deliver some, I just think it's about 39 different programs. We also found that with the increase in programs, we had an increase in students, so we had to move to split the campus. So we have our centre campus, as Saji mentioned a moment ago, in Hankastori, and our new campus in Technology Park.
That's right.
Bukit Jalil.
Fantastic. As you can see on screen right now, we can see the progress of FTMS over the years. That time, I think Datuk Sri Najib was the Education Minister, right?
Yeah, correct.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So you can see the progress. So actually, you guys have come quite a long way over the last, what, 30 years?
25 years.
25 years?
25
years,
right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else which you are looking at with regards to expanding the number of courses which you're having right now?
We are planning to move to engineering side.
Oh.
We are talking to some UK universities. We want to go with the electrical and electronics engineering and civil engineering program. So we plan to start in February with one of the UK universities. So this is the new area we want to go in.
Not bad. Joanne, they have both on the technical side, you know, the computing, the engineering, IT side, then moving to engineering. Then, of course, on the other side, you have the languages, as well as the business courses as well. Yeah. That's right. Now, coming back to the original bits about what FTMS Global is all about.
Yeah, FTMS, of course, FTMS stands for Financial Training and Management Services. We are in 12 centers. 12 countries. We got 16 campuses. Basically, we started with focusing ACCA, CIMA, CAT and professional courses, and now currently we got over the all campuses we got 18,000 students studying, and in our current campuses, 2 campuses, we got around 2,000 plus students. So we, as Trevor mentioned, we focus more computing and accounting, finance, human resource, and game technologies, engineering programs.
Right.
So in the early years, you already see that the IT industry is expanding. That it's, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, when I was doing a lot of lecturing, I used to find it very strange. You talk about the history of computing, and for most Malaysians, that means a PC. A desktop.
A desktop.
Yeah. Whereas I was talking about
remember the
big
floppy disk?
mainframe. Floppy disk?
The floppy
Oh my God,
disk?
that was ages ago.
Yeah. So we have moved on from there, and that's what people want, because that's what they have to use in their everyday lives. It doesn't matter what you're doing now. If you don't have access to a computer and use a computer system to support your activities, you're going to have a problem. What it also means, and it will lead into some of the topics within the conference, it means that what we do now, we can develop here in Malaysia, and then we are taking our programs to the other centres that Saji mentioned, the 16 other centres, which spread from Somalia, I suppose that's southwards, to Mongolia northwards, and all through Southeast Asia. And we see those other centres not just delivering programs there, but also acting possibly as a recruitment point for students to come to Malaysia to be able to get their degree or their postgraduate, their master's degree with us in KL.
Right. Now, one thing you mentioned quite interestingly that there are about 3,000 students currently from 50 over countries around the world. Now, what would be one of the attractions for them to come to Malaysia in particular? What's the feedback you get?
Well, we could be very vain here and say, well, it's Saji and myself.
But of course.
But it isn't, no. Okay, many of the countries are Islamic countries. They see Malaysia as providing a very safe environment for Islamic followers. 2, the cost of living, the weather, the variety of food, all are big advantages that Malaysia has on many of the countries that we deal with.
Makes a lot of sense. So in fact, Malaysia is a fantastic place, in fact, to come to.
Yeah, it's basically education hub.
In fact, quite a number of UK universities have also set up campuses here.
And more are coming, I believe. Yes.
Exactly. All right, brilliant. Now, moving on to the next thing, we were talking about it in passing earlier. So it's about Accent 2013, which is from the 11th to 12th April. This coming
this week.
This week.
That's right. This week itself. So, how did this come about? How was it conceptualized at the beginning?
Okay, I'll start and then Saji can finish. We have, for many years now, we have been talking about getting into research and doing some active research. The problem with that is you need a kickstart, and the best way to kickstart is to run a conference, because then you get speakers from other areas who come in and they will give you further ideas. We haven't had the facilities required to run our own conference on our own premises.
Sure.
Moving to Bukit Jalil, we do have that now.
Right.
And so we can host everything on our campus.
Right.
So who would be the speaker on the Athens conference?
There is more than one speaker. Okay. We have 3 special sessions by 2 key individuals. We have Professor Andrew Chambers from the UK, and we have Dr. Achyut Sankar Nair from India.
Right. So this basically provides a platform where you can bring all the stakeholders at the end of the day under one roof, where hopefully you will create the opportunity to network as well as to come up with perhaps something more concrete for the future.
That's true. You used a very key word there, networking. And that is the whole concept behind doing the conference, that the people there will be able to network with each other, and we will be able to network with them. And so we hopefully will end up doing some joint work together.
That's right. Now we can see on screen right now, I believe the 2 platform speakers, this is one of them, who will be speaking on, that's right, will be speaking on the days itself. Now, as we all see, given the fact that your college is geared towards, as the topic suggests, emerging technologies. Is there any specific area, because technology is such a wide area, is there any focal point which you're looking at?
Yeah, they got 2 things. Basically, the talk also we identify. Basically, 3 topics they're going to discuss. One is impact of evolving technology on corporate governance. And governance, and another one is towards a general theory of IT auditing. Then another, Dr. Achishankar presenting bio-inspired computing, or so-called biological inspired computing. So how the computer system can be developed using the biological advantage. So that is very hot in the market now. So it's really a latest and emerging things for this conference.
Right. I guess it makes sense, as you mentioned, corporate governance is something we're all looking at, because there have been a lot of major issues, major scandals happening around the world, where actually we have to go back to basics to make sure that the procedures are in place to ensure that you adhere to certain standards.
Yeah, but you can't move forwards if you don't look at what's happened before.
Right.
You do have to refer back to history to make the future better.
Right.
I think one thing that we need to say is that for the emerging technologies, what we're trying to do is to ensure that everything that we present is in full support of Vision 2020, which we see as key for progress of Malaysia within the world.
Basically, we got around 200 over papers we received from the 21 countries. So also we got 100 over research scholars presenting their papers. So it's a very good platform to share the knowledge to the community. You see. So
exchanging all the information
and discussions.
That's right.
From there we are generating new ideas.
Right. You mentioned about research papers and all that. I'm sure there will be tons of submissions. So how do you identify which are the ones which makes it and otherwise? Seems a bit challenging, is it?
Okay, we have an editorial board,
right,
which is where we have used our keynote speakers, we've used our contacts at the universities in the UK, we've used senior management within FTMS to go through and to see several aspects. One, is it relevant to the topics within the conference itself? 2, does it really mean anything, or is it just a repetition of and a rewording of what's gone before?
Right. So we will look at, is it real contribution is there or not?
That's right.
Because we are publishing 2 journals, one for International Journal of Information Systems and Engineering, and another journal for International Journal for Accounting and Business Management. So out of these 200 papers, we are eliminating it to the best. We're going to take 20 articles to publish in the journal.
Oh, so it's like 1/10 of it will be published at the end of the day. So, and when will these publications be out?
They will be available at the conference.
Oh, at the conference. So you have already decided which are the ones which have met the requirements.
Right.
Well, that's a very good accolade to have, the recognition is very important to all the hard work which has been put into it.
Right. We're also doing e-journals. So it's not just hard copy. Attendees at the conference will get a CD with the electronic copy of the journals on.
Right, fantastic. Yeah, and this is the way to go. Save the environment, using technology at the same time. Now, so for all of you out there, if you have heard what we have just spoken today in this very segment about FTMS, now what FTMS College also offers. Which course are you taking again?
I'm taking the degree into computer systems and engineering, and then
so
I will move forward to the computer games and technologies, and then I'll get a PhD perhaps in All of that.
Okay, I'll see you in 20 years' time. Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about ASEAN 2013 and, of course, what's in store for FTMS Global Group as a whole in the near future. So don't go away.
He's a devoted father and an avid golfer who just happens to have a portfolio worth $50 billion. He started out as a shy, computer-obsessed teenager and ended up the richest man in the world. William Henry Gates III, most people just call him Bill Gates, has built an empire by thinking way outside the box.
That's right, you're back on Morning Bell. My name is Raj Chari, together with Joanne Kwan, where we're talking about ASEAN 2013, a conference which is going to take place this week itself on the 11th and 12th of April. Now, we understand, of course, education is a very important part of any economy, and the government also should play a very proactive role. And I understand that the Ministry of Higher Education is involved with this conference. In what capacity are they playing?
Okay, me or you?
So basically they are supporting this event. It's just because we need their support in order to get this local university to participate, you see. Right. Because we are doing the first conference, we got limitations to get papers, you see. So ministry give the support to use their logos in our conference, and also that will carry weight for our conference. That is a main reason we got a lot of papers from our local universities here. So
roughly how many local universities are involved?
I think it's around 9 or 11 universities is participating in the conference.
I guess it's very important, right, to get the public universities together with the private universities, both locally and abroad, so it can bring everyone to the table.
That's correct. I mean, it would be wrong of us just to for an international conference, just to have speakers from the Malaysian universities.
That's right.
So we have speakers from overseas universities as well.
Right. Yeah. So with regards to that, now one very important thing, you have participants that you mentioned who are flying in from overseas, from throughout the world. What are the numbers like specifically again?
We got from 21 countries. 21 participants coming in from 21 countries.
Right. At this point, roughly how many participants will be attending?
We got 200 over papers submitted, but we are expecting 100 over people coming to present the paper.
Right. Yeah. Who are the target audience which should attend a conference?
So normally the conference will benefit research scholars, especially for doing postgraduate and PhD holders. Also the industry people, you see. Then definitely it's an academicians also. So we invited most of the public, private universities, research scholars and postgraduate students. So these are the main audiences.
Right. So Joanne, attending?
Definitely, because hopefully that I would gain much more, how to say, information in terms of
so you know what
IT.
to study, right?
IT.
So you know which course to go for,
Hey, you know I'm such a low-tech person, isn't it? I'm such a low-tech person. They always think...
Do a business degree then.
Do a business degree? Wow. I do not know which would crash, me or the computer.
It's very interesting. Now you can see that the convergence of education right now, because technology is everywhere,
It's
right?
everywhere.
Yeah,
And if you have the most high-tech gadgets on hand, if you do not know how to use it, let me tell you, actually, I have a daughter. She's 9. She's even much more high-tech than I do. I see the importance of IT these days. Definitely.
Yep.
And I felt kind of ashamed that she knows how to download things and what apps are suitable for me. For a 9-year-old to tell me that,
Yeah.
I should really get a course from FTMS and go for the conference.
Definitely.
Then they'll be a bit more smarter than your daughter. Yes, that's right. So now, with regards to this conference, for those who are interested to go, among our viewers out there who feel that it could be beneficial to them, can they still register?
Yes, still can register.
Right. How do they go about it?
Well, there are two ways. One, they can either go to our website for the conference and register online.
That's why you can see the website specifically under
Yep.
FTMS website there for Essen 2013.
Or they can come to the campus at Bukit Jalil. 8 o'clock registration starts on Thursday morning,
Right.
and they can register at the campus.
Oh, on that day itself, that
On
you
that day
can.
itself, yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Right.
And speaking of the campus, we actually saw a video clip earlier. You were in it, one of the stars of that video clip.
That was me falling down the stairs.
Falling down the stairs, that's right. Now, with the new campus, you can do so many more things, like, for example, holding this conference as well.
Correct.
What are the other things which those new students who will be joining FTMS College, what else can they expect from the new campus?
Well, one, we now have a lot of facilities for a little bit of relaxation, not just 100% study. But you saw on the video there, you know, there's a gym, there's a swimming pool, there are other sports facilities.
Yes, that's right.
So there is this aspect of it's not all hard study work, there is relaxation as well. In terms of the programs that we would offer, Sajid's already made some comments on that. I think our next region to go into is going to be more the electronics and electronic engineering. So we're widening the sphere of activity that we have. We're also looking, as a result of the conference, that the work that our students do for their final projects will raise the quality of them. And that will enhance the students' qualifications and experience for when they go into business, into industry.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And we just saw a couple of slides on screen just now. One of the important bits was scholarships. You're also quite proactive in terms of helping those in need as well, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Sinchu scholarships, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we are very active in supporting Star newspaper and Sinchu newspaper for their education scholarships.
That's right.
We also have contacts with some of the banks to get study loans from, and for within FTMS itself, we have a merit scholarship where, depending upon the existing qualifications of the student, they can apply for scholarship. One key area is what we call the hardship scholarship,
Right.
which is where a student has commenced study with us, and either the parents or whoever is financing their education can no longer afford to do so. We don't see that should stop their education. And so they can apply for a hardship scholarship, which means they may end up completing their studies with no extra charge made.
All right.
Wow.
So you can flexible to work out some form of arrangement
Correct.
at the end of the day.
Absolutely correct.
Would FTMS sponsoring a scholarship for...
Must see your results first, good or not?
You've lost
Me.
I thought you'd lost
Me.
your voice.
Me.
It depends what you come along with. If you've got the necessary qualifications to get a merit scholarship, then yes, you can apply for a merit scholarship.
That's
It's
right.
still back to the...
Being a TV host,
It's
no
still,
guarantee.
it's still back to the
No
foundation.
guarantee
lah.
getting
It's still back
scholarship.
to the foundation's
That's right.
results I have.
Right,
Okay.
fantastic. Now, if some of our viewers would like to find out more information, you have talked so much about FTMS College. If they'd like to find out more information in regards to it, where can they find this?
They can go to our website.
Right, that's the first one. Yeah, you can see on screen right now the FTMS. Well, lots of information there, in fact.
Correct. Yeah. And if they want to find out a little bit more about what we do, they can follow us on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
Wow.
Yes, everything's on Facebook.
Everything is on Facebook. I think Facebook is works much more easier than you guys.
We are very active.
You are very active.
We got 175,000 followers.
175,000.
So we are the second in Malaysia after the My English. My English is the first.
Oh, my English, not bad.
FTMS
Number
is the
two.
second.
My
not
English.
bad. So Raj, do you know who you should go to teach you how to
speak English?
Not to say speak English, no. How to boost up the fan base you have on your Facebook fan page?
Obviously, in FTMS case, it's about having a good education platform where the students will actually learn something and be able to apply it in the real world. All right, now, if any of you out there that's right, if any of you have any thoughts out there with regards to what we have talked about, you can always email us at updates@capitaltv.my or tweet us at the Capital TV. That's all the time we have for today. Sajilal, Trevor, thank you very much.
Thank you
It's
so
been
much
most informative. We have learned so much, especially Joanne.
Oh, let me tell you, I'm definitely going to. I hope this episode have helped you to, how to say it, if you want to proceed into the IT industry, you know who to go to. So therefore, we have to say our goodbye now. So join us tomorrow, same time, same place right here at the Morning Bell. Bye.